Before I get started with this commentary, if you are new, welcome to the Taurean Reloaded channel. And please be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. Like, share, all of that good stuff. So today we will be talking about Lord Jamar. Now, this is someone I have never talked about on my channel before, but that doesn't mean I wasn't aware of who this person is. But they said some rather off-code things in a recent podcast I believe that they were doing. I don't know if they was on someone else's podcast or if they were on their own channel or whatever the case may be. And the topic was reparations. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the clips. Now I'm gonna break it up a little bit and the reason why is because the clip is almost 2.5 minutes long, and I want to make sure that I don't forget anything that I want to say. Basically, I'm not going to play the whole clip in its entirety and then come back and give my commentary. So it's going to be like a stop and go kind of thing. I'm going to play a little bit. When he says something I want to critique, then I'll pause and give my critique and then continue playing, so on and so forth.
Here's the thing. Like, for instance, on my father's side, my grandfather, my great-great-grandfather came through Ellis Island in the 1920s, right? Okay, to this country, meaning our family lived through Jim Crow, we lived through redlining, we lived through just being niggas in America.
Okay, so basically what he's claiming, right, and he's going to probably go into a little bit more of this. What he's claiming is that his great-great-grandfather came here. He's an immigrant. He wasn't from here. He didn't have to go through chattel slavery like FBA's ancestors did. And he said he came here through Ellis Island in New York in the 1920s. And he's saying that he lived through Jim Crow and redlining. Basically, what Lord Jamar is going to imply is that he feels that through his grandfather's side, that he should get reparations based on the racism that he's dealt with. No, reparations is lineage based. Your great-great-grandfather is not a descendant of chattel slavery. He was not born here and had to go through what my ancestors had to go through. So no, that's not how it works, because if we was to go off of that, that means every black person that went through Jim Crow, whether they were descendant, FBA or non-FBA, but went through that time period, that means all of them will be entitled to it. No, this is lineage based. How hard is this for people to grasp? This is not rocket science, but they keep trying to make it seem like it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue.
Right. And the bullshit that entails, the money that we should be owed for that, not just slavery. The fact that motherfuckers could have went to war, come home, and couldn't benefit from the GI Bill and all that type of shit.
Notice he said, and not just slavery. He might as well have gone on to say not slavery. Your ancestors did not have to go through that. They were born somewhere else and they came over here and benefited off of this. And I hope I'm not jumping the gun with what I'm about to say, because I'm only 42 seconds into a 2.5 minute clip. But you know what? I'm not going to say it. I'm going to let it keep playing because he might actually do it. And if he doesn't say it, then I'll come back at the end.
That happened to not just descendants of slavery. These are people that came to this country and got treated like they've been here since slavery. Right.
But that's the point. You came here after slavery was done. My thing is this, and I think now I got my point. If your great-great-grandfather came over here and got treated like everyone else who was already here, why did he stay? Why did he not leave and go back? Why did he stay here? That's the thing when it comes to a lot of black immigrants. They will say stuff like this and still stay. You saw or see how we as foundational black Americans get treated over here, but you still stay because you think you're the magical Negro. And now unfortunately, a lot of black immigrants think like that. Look at Patrick Leola's family. God rest his soul, but I did a video talking about, how his family responded, how his dad responded, how his mom responded. Oh, we dealt with all this stuff in the Congo, and we came over here for a quote unquote better life, and we didn't expect that to happen. It, loosely translated, they thought they were the magical Negroes too, and look at what happened to their son. Because guess what? Dub S doesn't care where you come from. Under the umbrella of Dub S, you are still in the category of nigga to them. So to go back to Lord Jamar's point, your great-great-grandfather came over here probably thinking he was the magical Negro, and that what our ancestors as FBA had to deal with, he wouldn't have to deal with. But he just listed what he had to go through: Jim Crow, redlining, and all that stuff, and the military, the discrimination. Welcome to being black in America. But that still doesn't entitle you to reparations or to what is ours. And what I'm not getting and what they're not grasping is, when we get what's ours, naturally, it's going to start to trickle down to other people based on how we use our own resources. But we are going to first and foremost take care of our own. First and foremost, that's the code. We gonna take care of us first. Everybody else comes second, third, fourth, fifth, so on and so forth. And that's what they hate. That's what they're not. I don't know if they're not getting it, or they just don't. They get it and they don't like it.
They can't get nothing too. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like if you would include these people, maybe they're not going to get as much as you. You see what I'm saying? And then what do you do? Because my mother's family can be traced back to slavery. So I have one side of my family that's traced back to slavery, and then the other side that came here very early.
So Lord Jamar is now going on to say that his mother, he said, can be traced, his mother's lineage can be traced back to slavery, the 1800s, FBA. Then why is he trying to make a claim for his dad then? On his dad's side then? That means, hold on, Lord Jamar, wouldn't that mean you will be compensated on the behalf of your mother's side? So basically what it's sounding like to me is this guy's trying to double dip. He's trying to double dip. You would be compensated on your mother's lineage if she is FBA like you're claiming, if you have the proof to say that she is. But he's trying to get it also for his dad's side. That's not what we're doing here. That's not what we're going to do here. That's not how this is about to go down. You will be compensated when the checks are cut on your mother's side only if she's FBA like you claim. Your dad's side, no. But the thing is, with how much we're supposed to be getting, your family's going to be good. So I don't even know why he's even making this argument. It's stupid. But let me continue.
How do we equate those type of people? Right. And again, I feel like if we found a way to include all black people who've been just suffering from racism, just the racism of America, right. To where you might not could trace your shit back to slavery, but if you've suffered racism here in America, you can get broke off from.
No. Hell no. No. That's not what we're going to do here, because you know what's going to end up happening? You're going to have a lot of black people going to claim they suffered racism when they didn't and saying, where's my check? No, that's not what we're doing. See, this is dangerous talk. This is what Tariq calls tether talk or tether babble. When you have people try to claim that this and this happened to them, how will we know that it did? There's no proof that you could have been suffering a racist attack unless it's documented somewhere. And then everybody's going to say that they suffered some kind of racist attack. And then he kind of slowly segued off of black people suffering, racism to everybody suffering. No, hell no. No, I had to drop my phone right quick for this. We ain't done. I'm only at 1 minute and 49 seconds. No, that's not what's going to happen. See, this is exactly why we have to gatekeep our shit. No. Like, his talking points just went from bad to worse. And I'm not even done with the clip. I'm only a minute and 49 seconds in of a 2-minute and 17-second audio clip. No, Lord Jamar, no. Everyone's suffering, that can claim that they suffer from racism doesn't mean they're going to get broke off. No. Reparations is lineage based. I don't know how much more clear we have to say it. Do we have to say it in another language for you to understand it? Because clearly the English language that we've all known and spoken for years, and the one that you understand perfectly clear and fine, is not clicking. It's not working. No, we're not doing what he suggests. That's not going to work. That ain't happening. I'm sure that they would want that to be the case, but no, lineage based, lineage based, lineage based, based lineage. Say it backwards. I don't know. Sing it in a song, sing it in a rap. Lineage based reparations. Point blank, period. That is all.
Little something too. I bet you if you told motherfuckers that, you'd have a whole more swell of people supporting the idea.
So he thinks that if people do reparations based on facing racism, that'll get more people to support it. I bet they probably would. It would be a lot of people with their hands out then. But guess what? It's still not happening. No. That's not what we're about to do.
But it's almost starting to turn into like an elitism. Well, I'm an FBA, I'm an ADOS, and if you're not that, then you're not getting anything. Let's not turn it into that type of.
There's the tether talk right there. There it is. He said if you claim you're FBA or ADOS, you're talking like an elitist. Oh, you're not going to get this, and because you're not this. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. This guy claims he is FBA on his mother's side, but the way he's talking, you would think that he came from a immigrant lineage on both sides of his family. It's almost like he could just disregard his mother's side and just lean heavily more on his dad's side, which is an immigrant. Almost kind of reminds you of the self-hating biracial child or person who leans more to their white side than their black side. Because what I'm gathering from this is he could care less about his FBA side and talk and be more about his on his immigrant dad side. I'm not saying to drop his dad's side, but the way he said that at the end, now he's making a mockery of our lineage, and that is off-code behavior. Well, in that case, Lord Jamar, when they do start cutting the checks, we're going to see whose hand is out the furthest. I bet you it's going to be yours on the behalf of your mother's side. The one that you really didn't talk much about in your little minstrel rant. See, this is why we as FBA have to start vetting people. This is me doing a slight vetting of Lord Jamar right here. And it's crazy too, because wasn't Lord Jamar in a couple of Tariq's Hidden Color movies? Because I think I can remember seeing him in a couple of them. I wonder what Tariq thinks of this, if he's seen it yet. Well, by the time this video goes up, he may have already seen it. He's like, damn, I had you in a couple of my movies, and this is how you want to talk? Like that, you can't tell me those were not slight subliminal digs at Tariq when he was talking, that last part. Or probably what he's seen online. The point of the matter is, the new black media is being seen and heard by the masses, whether people want to like it or believe it or not. Granted, what he said right here was very, very in bad taste, especially that part at the end. But when he said FBA and ADOS, yeah, he's watching us. Like many who have a bigger platform are watching us like a hawk, or like the goddamn Big Brother program. But yeah, this was a whole bunch of BS that he was just talking about right here. It really was. And like I said, I don't have to disregard any side of his family as far as like his dad's side talking about his dad came here in the 1920s and everything like that. But when you start saying that you feel that you're entitled just because of racism, no. I think that's the part right there that really like pissed me off the most. Outside, of course, the ending part, but I think that part when he's talking about, oh, it should be based if you dealt with racism. Excuse me? How would anyone prove that? Not saying it can't be proven, but it better be documented. But the fact of the matter is, lineage-based reparations. Now, who knows down the line what that could trickle into? But the fact of the matter is, lineage-based reparations, those checks will be cut first, should they happen. Those checks will be cut first, and then if you want to start trickling it down into little other subcategories, then we can go from there. But first and foremost, we gonna get our shit first. And that's just the black ass bottom line. And that's my take on it.